Hey, crafty friends and planner babes. Today I wanted to share with you a project that I'm working on. So I recently inherited my grandparents' home when my grandfather passed away, and the house needs a good amount of updating and some work. So I've created a home project planner, binder, whatever you want to call it. And what I've done is I've created the cover the same way I created my Christmas planner cover, just using the Dollar Tree 2-pack of the cutting mats, and then just some paper that I have in my stash. And then I've created the dividers the same way I did the dividers on my Christmas planner, just using some different papers and the leftover parts of the mat to make my little dividers. And then I have it divided out between the rooms in the house. So first you have the divider, and then you open it up, and I have a couple of these project pages here for each of the rooms. I believe I have 3 sheets right now, and I can add more as needed. And then, I can add on here, kitchen and subject, walls, and what the overview of the project would be, which would be, sand the walls. There's this wood paneling, and so I want to lighten that paneling to a lighter color in the kitchen. So it would be, sand paneling, putty holes, and primer and paint. So it would be like an overview of what needs to be done, or it could just be, subject, you know, walls, overview, paint, and then the action steps could go down here. However, it's going to be laid out, which might be a little bit different for every room. And then after those sheets, I just have this checklist paper, which happened to be the big um, set for the big happy planner. Here, I had this, and what I did is I just trimmed it to fit my classic, because, use what you have. So I just trimmed it down to fit, and then I can write down everything that needs to be done in the room on this checklist. And I may move this to the front and then put the project sheets after, but then I can write down, paint ceiling, sand walls, caulk sink, whatever needs to be done, I can write on here. And then I thought on this side here, I would do a before picture and an after picture here. So I have one of those, and then I just have a couple sheets of paper to jot down any notes, anything important that needs to be notated for that room. And then lastly, I have just a sheet of just regular graph paper that I've punched to fit in here. And again, this could be before and after. If it's a room that I want to measure out and like know where I'm going to arrange things, I could use it for that. So each of the dividers has the same thing in there. So I have one for the laundry room, one for the craft room, then I have the master bath, I have the living room, then I have the little bathroom, the guest bath, then I have my son's room, and I have my room, and then my last tab is going to be the biggest tab. It's the exterior of the house. So anything that's outside of the main part of the house. So the roof, the gutters, the siding, the foundation, the crawl space, the insulation, plumbing, anything of that is going to go in this exterior part. So I have moved my checklist page here at the front, and on this one I did a walkthrough outside of the house, and I've written down everything that needs to be done. So it needs a new roof. The window trims need to be repaired. A window outside of my son's room has a crack in it. It will need to be replaced. So I've went through and notated everything that I need to be done on the exterior part of the house. Here I put trim holly tree. That's already been done, so I just marked it off. Then here we have new plumbing under the house. I just got the plumbing done and marked that off. And there's so much stuff that needs to be done outside of the house that I have 2 of these sheets for that. And then I went ahead and set this up for the plumbing because there was a leak under the house. So my project was plumbing, and then my subject here was plumbing leak, and it needed new pipes and to move the sewer line for the foundation. And my overview here was fix plumbing leak, install new pipes, and move sewer line away from foundation beam. So then here in my planning steps, I wrote down the company that is doing the plumbing for me and their phone number. Their start date was 12/9, and their end date they actually finished up today. So I can write 12/19. And then the total cost me $5,500 for all new plumbing and moving the sewer line so that they can fix the foundation problem. And then my action steps here were I had first had to call and get estimates for plumbers, and then I gave myself a due date of doing this by 11/29. And I went with Commonwealth Plumbing because it was a local company near me, and I'd rather help a local company than a big company. So they came and met me on 12/3 for the estimate. And then I drew a little arrow because they came out, removed, and replaced the plumbing on the 9th, and they removed and replaced the sewer lines on the 10th. And then they came out today because they had mixed up the hot water line to one of the toilets in the bathrooms, and they put a hot water line instead of a cold water line, so then they had to come and fix their hot water mistake. So I notated that they came out to do that today. So now this project is completed, but I will keep this in here to refer back to know who did this. If there's a problem in the next couple weeks that I need to call them about, I'll have their number here, and I'll have all that information, and then I'll have room to do the rest of the things here. And again, I have my note paper, and then at the back of the binder I just have this student dashboard thing here, and then I just have my extra project sheets. So I have all of that, and then so I wanted to go through today. I did a walkthrough of the house and just very sloppily wrote down everything that I needed to get done in the house on just the scratch paper here. So what I could do is then I could go and grab this checklist, and I think I'm going to move the checklist in the front so I can grab this checklist here for the kitchen, and then I can start writing things down. Now there are things in the kitchen that need to be done first, and then there's things that need to be done next. So I'll probably do, you know, a priority. I'll just grab a sticker and do a priority here, and then like a secondary, or, you know, if I have extra money in the budget. But I do need to remove the old microwave, so I will put that down. So remove old microwave. Then the ceiling needs to be painted. I also need to sand / paint the walls. And then I need to paint the ceiling. Alright, so those are things that have to be done. And then I also need to put baseboard trim. My pen is stopping. Baseboard trim in front of cabinets. So those are things that absolutely need to get done right away. And then things that I could wait off on is I would like to eventually repair and replace the flooring. So then down here I could write there's a small hole in it, so I can either choose to repair or I could replace the whole flooring. And then the cabinets, my grandfather had put in new cabinets at the bottom of the cabinets, but he had not replaced the upper cabinets. So I would like to replace those, or either clean them up until I can replace them. So then I'd put clean / replace upper cabinets. So those are the things that I want to get done in the kitchen. And I'm sure there'll be other little things here or there that pop up, and I'll make sure that I add them on the list. But now I can go ahead and add this to the front here, and then as these things are checked off, I can check them off. So for the microwave, I don't really need to do a project sheet. That's just something that I need to do for sanding and painting the walls. That is something that my family and friends will probably help me with, so I don't necessarily need to hire a contractor, but I will still probably put this down, the planning steps, how long it took, what we did, and the amount of money that it took to do that, because I'd like to look back on that later on. For repairing and replacing the floor, that would be something that I'd probably need to hire a contractor to come out and do that. Maybe even replacing the upper cabinets. That may be something I need to hire a handyman or a contractor to come in and remove the old cabinets and put new ones in. So I would definitely fill out one of these project sheets for that, so I can add who is doing the work. So I always have their phone number here, their start and end date, and then the total cost. So I hope this gives you some ideas if you're going to be doing any kind of home renovation or home projects, or you're moving into a home or anything like that, that you can create your own little binder just with some paper in your stash, and you can use notebook paper, graph paper to do your own little project sheets. You don't necessarily have to purchase the ones from the Happy Planner. And then these discs were just discs that I already have in my stash. So my little project binder is getting a little thick there, so if I have to add a lot more in here, I may have to move to the larger disc, the expander disc. But for right now, this is all I need, and I can start keeping track of everything that I want to moving forward. So thanks for stopping by. I hope this video was helpful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye.